my name's Lily, and welcome to my niche. So for this new year, I've decided to introduce a new video series that I will do for the entire year of 2021, fingers crossed, that's going to be called The Notes. Now, before anyone comments anything, yes, this is 100% stolen from Marzia, who, if you don't know who she is PewDiePie's wife. When she used to do YouTube, she had a series called The Notes where she would set some goals for herself at the start of a month, record over the course of the month of her completing those goals, and upload the video at the end of the month, and did that for all 12 months of the year. So I've decided to copy that idea in its entirety and do my own. I wanted to do this, I wanted to take the idea of the notes because I really liked, well, first off, I really loved Marzia's videos of the notes. I thought they were really entertaining watching her fulfill goals of every month, and they always were just kind of fun because they were kind of like a mix between a vlog and like normal videos in a way. So I thought that could be fun to do for myself. And also I like the idea of it almost being like a substitute for resolutions where you set goals every month instead of just writing up a list at the start of the year and hoping you'll complete it all by the end of it. So this way it's like you have to finish these within the month. And if you don't finish them, that's fine. I can always move them to the next month, or I just leave them unfinished, and that'll be okay. So now that I've rambled enough explaining why I'm doing this, let's get on to the notes. I plan to do about 3 to 4 goals per month as a way to give myself enough diverse things to do that I should be able to complete them all. It won't be too much that I won't worry about never completing them, but it won't be too little that there's not much to do within a month. Now for January, I've decided on 4 goals as opposed to a normal 3. For goal number 1, I plan to take down the Christmas decorations. Now this is actually a pretty big deal because in my house, we have a tendency to leave stuff up until like mid-February, so sometimes even March I think we've gotten to the point. Yeah, we once left our Christmas lights up outside until like, I think past February. It was bad, so I have a goal now to get those taken down before the end of the month, and I think I'll start today probably on taking everything down because we have a lot of Christmas decorations. Goal number 2 is going to be cleaning my room / packing for the dorms because I will actually be moving into my college dorm for the first time here later in the month. Well, if all things go to plan, that is. So I have to pack everything up. For the most part, everything kind of is packed except for like clothes and tech, which is stuff that I use on the day-to-day basis. Goal number 3 is to go somewhere new. Now I know this sounds irresponsible in COVID, but I do not mean like I need to go see people or go to a place that's populated. I mean something as simple as like going to a new park somewhere. So goal number 4 is to dye my hair, and I'm going to be dyeing it green. Hopefully it'll turn out how I want it to look, considering I'm doing it from home because I do not want to go to a salon in a pandemic. And that also means partway through this video I will have a different hair color. So exciting. Hopefully it'll turn out how I want it to and it won't look awful. And there you have it. There's the 4 goals. So now let's get on with the rest of the month. It's still January 1st, if you couldn't tell, and so I'm going to start with goal number 1 by trying to get a start on taking down the Christmas decorations. So here we go. The tips are darker than the roots, which is ironic because we did the tips first and then the roots last. Just as Brad Mondo instructed, because I will not be a person who did their hair at home and then ends up in a Brad Mondo video. So I'm following all of Brad Mondo's instructions, so his fault. his fault.
Not me, because I've never done this before, so it can't be my fault.
It'll be his fault. Hey, I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect because it is an at-home dye job and not a salon, but I ain't going to a salon in a pandemic. So.
And we're gonna cover it with green.
Exactly.
And we've got 3 weeks before anybody sees you, so we're okay.
Is it 3 weeks already? Oh my God.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Ugh, I have to find out. I think like next week I'll find out where I live.
13 days.
It's so close. I should send my.
out.
I should send.
Yes.
I should send my roommate a video.
Party. Celebrate. Party. Celebrate. Lily's gone. She's gone.
Hi, look it. What do you guys think? I just finally got it done. Today is the 7th of January, so it's a couple days later. This was quite a journey, in all honesty, to get to this color. I absolutely love it. Basically what happened is, okay, so I used Ion Color Brilliance or something like that, that dye, and basically I bought that stuff a couple months ago. I bought the bleach and then 2 bottles of hair dye a couple months ago, and I was supposed to do it when I first bought it. I was supposed to do it back in, I think, August, September, because I was gonna do it right before I moved into the dorms, and then I ended up not doing it for whatever reason, and I also ended up not moving into the dorms because of, you know, the whole pandemic. So I think that might have been why I ended up not dyeing it. I don't remember exactly, but basically I kept postponing it, and then every month I was supposed to do it and I didn't. So my problem is that I think the bottles of dye expired, even though I checked the entire box and the bottles, the tubes themselves, and there was no expiration date posted anywhere on them. So if they were expired, it's not my fault, because I did read them to make sure beforehand that they weren't expired. So, but it came out like toothpaste, and like my mom could not get it over my hair. She was like, I mean, it went onto my hair, but she couldn't spread it easily, and she's like, there's no way these 2 bottles are going to cover your whole head. Now, I mean, I wasn't gonna say like, because I have a lot of hair, like especially in the back, it's pretty thick. So I was like, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna cover my whole head. I thought, oh, it might not cover absolutely everything and we'll just buy more if we need to. But like this got maybe at like not even half my head. So like it was hard to get out, and we were like trying to squeeze it out of this tube, and it was just not working. But we covered most of my hair, but there was still blonde peeking through in places. But it was this very light, like kind of faded almost green. If you had dyed your hair several months ago and you had washed it several times, and now you could start to see the blonde poking through and like your dye was coming out basically. That's what it looked like, and I had just dyed it. So we had that challenge of then it was like it looked really faded, and then so we decided, okay, we're gonna go buy more dye because we were like, this shouldn't be any harm. We've already done the bleaching, it's just adding more color on. So we went and we got 5 bottles of hair dye of the same color and the same brand, because I was like, I was tempted to switch brands, but then I thought, no, I'll stick with the same one just because. And they're brand new, so hopefully they were gonna work. So we got the 5 bottles. We waited like 2 days, I think, after we got them. It wasn't because of any particular reason. It was just that like my mom and I were tired, and we were finishing up taking down our Christmas decorations, which obviously is goal number 1. So I got all those down now. Yay, that's completed as well. So then we decided last night, we were like, okay, let's do this, let's dye it. So my mom got them, and instead of squeezing it out, she decided to just cut the tubes open so that way she could just like scoop it out and put it on my head. And then we put that on. Now, one thing I would note is we had 5 bottles, and 2 of them were more of this like pearlized green color, which was more of a green, and the other one looked more blue. Now, I'm not saying that the dyes didn't turn out the same, because this was all over my head and I think it looks pretty similar all around, but that was something I noticed, that 2 of them looked more green and then the other 3 looked a lot bluer. So I don't know if that meant anything, but it all worked pretty great, and now it's more of the color that I was hoping for. I got it in the color Shamrock, I don't know if I said that. So I was hoping for like a darker green, a richer green, and so this was more of what I was looking for. But yeah, this is the final look. I love it. I'm sure there's some pieces in here, like I think there's some blonde that peeks out in some places, like here I think a little bit, and like it's not perfect, but for an at-home dye job I am very pleased. I obviously in the future will likely go to salons to get my hair done just because I don't want to risk having my hair fall out. I absolutely love how this turned out. It was great. It's wonderful. I would recommend Ion, but use it like immediately after you buy it just because I get the feeling it might have been expired, the ones that I had for a couple months. So, but again, they don't have expiration dates on them. So if that is the case, then they should put expiration dates on them because then I wouldn't have used it and I would have gotten more and like brand new stuff. So, but anyhow, yeah, I really like how it turned out. So this is goal number 4 completed. Alright, it's January 11th and I've now officially started to pack for the dorms, which is going to be at about the end of the week. This week is when I'll be headed in, so exciting. I basically have just been unpacking everything. I know, it sounds counterproductive, but basically I was half packed when I was going to go to the dorms originally in August, but then I ended up canceling, so like I have stuff like half packed in like 2 back boxes of stuff like done. And then, so most things are kind of packed, but I had to go through and make sure to see what I had already packed so that way I wouldn't be, you know, running around trying to find stuff that was already packed. So, but before I get into the big time packing of actually, you know, putting stuff away and like, you know, making it inaccessible for myself for a week, I thought I would do a little crafty craft with you guys because, well, I wanted to. So a while ago at the dollar store, I found this puffball keychain, you know, like all the classic white girls do. This one was for breast cancer awareness. It had like one of the pink ribbon attached to it, but I took that off because I don't want it for breast cancer awareness. I was wanting it to make a little soot sprite from the Studio Ghibli films, or Ghibli, whatever people say. The ones that make Totoro, all right? This movie, this studio, okay? And you can even see there's a little soot sprite in this little umbrella that I have here. So this studio, okay? I want to make a keychain of that. So I bought this and I made some little eyeballs out of felt. So these are just little pieces of white felt that I cut out, and then I just colored them with like a pen that I had. So nothing fancy, but we're gonna then take some Fabri-Tac glue and we're gonna stick these babies on, and we're gonna make a cute little keychain that I can use for once I get my keys. So, okay, so I'm gonna take Fabri-Tac, which is honestly my favorite fabric glue because it actually works really fast, so that's what's nice about it. So if you're in desperate need of fixing something when it comes to clothing, I recommend this one just because it dries really quickly. Now that is a pro and a con, because if you're trying to work like slowly, this stuff sets really fast, so it's harder to move it once you've placed it, but it is great if you want stuff to be like down as soon as you put it down. Like it's great, so you don't have to sit there like holding it or waiting for it to dry. You're like, oh, it's good, it's not gonna move. The one thing I have to say is that this kind of works like hot glue, if that makes sense. Like, it's really globby, so it's kind of globbish. I don't know if you can see this. You can't. It's like, it's a clear glue, which is great because then if it dries funny, you don't see it too much. But see how, I don't know if you saw it, there's like strings that pull out like hot glue does. So it's very hot glue-esque. Eyeball number 1. He's winking. And now on to eyeball number 2. So, yes, this is what I do instead of packing. Why do you ask? I'm sorry, I like to avoid responsibility, okay? I don't want to pack up my world. I've already had to move my room once before when my brother moved out. So like, ta-da! It's a little soot sprite. All right, it's the 13th, so it's a few days later since I last talked to you guys. And today is basically going to be a day of me getting supplies from various stores for the dorms because I have yet to get a lot of stuff. Also, my room is an absolute tornado mess right now. I'm going to be headed to get utensils for the dorms, and then I'm going to be getting shampoos, things like that. Just some basic stuff. I have to get shampoo for my hair because I currently have stuff that will just make the color go away, so it's a good time. Okay, it's the 15th, which means I'm moving in approximately 3 hours, so I'm a bit stressed. No, actually, I'm pretty good. I just have to pack everything up in the car, but being in the Midwest, naturally, there's a blizzard going on outside, so I get to move and pack everything in the snow and wind. Otherwise, I'm actually pretty much all packed. My room is still a mess, so I suppose half the goal was achieved of cleaning and packing. I definitely packed. I don't know if I cleaned, but I did my best. It was just like I did not have the time to actually clean the room as opposed to pack. So I'm also so certain that I'm going to forget something and I'll have to come back anyhow. So I'm pretty excited. Everything's kind of been taken down. You can kind of tell. I've got no bedding anymore. The decorations on the wall that you usually see here have been taken down. It's just, it's empty. Like, the futon's gone. If you can see back there, like that used to cover up most of the room. I don't know if I ever showed you guys that. Okay, also update on the hair. I washed it with a color, like shampoo and conditioners built for colored hair, and it still kind of bled. I don't know if that's the dye or if that's the shampoo caused that, whatever it is. I kind of expected it once I put the shampoo in that it would kind of streak out. So there is some blonde that's starting to show through. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some bits that you can kind of, like, I feel like there's a spot you can see, like the blonde is showing. So it has started to come out. I might end up just buying like a bottle of the stuff and then putting it in the conditioners that the conditioner I bought, just because that's what you can buy anyhow. It's just that mine they didn't make one with the color that I used, so I might just do that. Otherwise the color's holding up pretty well. I have no idea how long it's been. I want to say it's been like a week and a half or something, so I'm still pretty happy with it. I'm a little sad it's already like kind of washed out with the shampoo when I put the shampoo in, and it was like a special shampoo, so it's like a little annoying. But hey, if it washes out fast, I can just buy a different bottle of dye and dye it a different color because it's still blonde underneath here. So, well, I have to eat breakfast now and finish up packing all my stuff, so okay, I'm a little nervous if you couldn't tell. So yeah, my roommate's gonna get there before me, so she'll have unpacked hopefully by the time I get there, and then I'll have to unpack my stuff. All right, I don't know how much I'll get to film, especially because I'd have to get consent for other people to be in the video, and I don't want to like film in their faces with a camera, so you might not see anything until like I'm done setting up my dorm. So sorry if you wanted like in between moving bits, but here we go. It's official, I moved in. I'm not unpacked yet, and my roommate's not here yet. She was here. She unloaded everything into the dorm, but she's not really unpacked. She just kind of dumped and left because, well, we kind of have to with COVID, with how the move-in was. And I pretty much did the same. My parents helped me move my stuff in, and now I'm all done. So I gotta just unpack everything. So I'll probably do like a little room toury type thing of once I've finished completing everything, but right now I am just with suitcases and boxes of things because I have to also figure out what our layout plan is, because like right now there's like right now we have this closet and it's got a dresser in here, and that kind of takes up a lot of space. So I'll have to see if maybe we move, you know, we'll see what we do. Maybe we'll put the extra dresser underneath here. We'll put the fridge over here so the microwave can sit on top of it. I don't know. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of figuring out what to do. So exciting. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. My roommate's gonna get here in about an hour-ish, I think she said, and then we're probably gonna discuss everything and get everything ready. So I'm really excited, and my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Bye! Okay, my roommate just went to go put a bunch of suitcases into her family's car, so it's going good, I think. I like to think it is. It's going well, but I think the cozy little nook here looks really good, so I'm very happy with that. Everything is really nice. I really like it. We're listening to Hamilton right now, but we're gonna have a movie night, so. I also made popcorn, which was like a disaster because this popcorn machine is a wider top than the bowl did, so it just went everywhere on the floor, which was great. So yeah, so that goal is completed. See you guys in the next one. It is Sunday the 17th, and I've been here for 2 days now. Yeah, 2 days. Yeah. And things are going good. We've been playing Detroit Become Human because I've never gotten to play it since I don't own a PlayStation, so we're playing that. And the most stressful thing I've ever had to do was trying to get Kara and Alice out of the house because I didn't get to go to the window, and I had to run out the front door and like hit Todd and bust his head open. So that was terrifying. I've never been so stressed in my life. Yeah, it was fun. We went and got coffee this morning. Well, I got hot chocolate, but you know, we got coffee. And we went to Caribou because we're proper Midwesterners, and we went to Caribou. Okay, it's now the 31st of January, which means it is the last day of the month, which means we get to wrap up the notes. So in conclusion, I completed goals 1, 2, and 4. I mean, obviously. But goal number 3, I believe, which was to go somewhere new, I did not get to go and do. I did go around and explore the areas around my campus, but this is the problem when you live near the city that your university is located at, because I've kind of explored most of the city over the course of my life, so not many new places left, so. And if there was anything new that I'm not thinking of, I didn't film it, so. So goal number 3, big fail, but that's okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna just finish up editing this. I had a really fun time this month. I had a lot going on, so I'm pretty proud of myself for having finished all this, and hopefully this will be up for February 1st, and I will then get started on the next month of notes. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm really sorry if this was unbearably long, but I do hope that you stuck around for the full length of it, because I spent a lot of time on making it. It's a lot of editing, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. That would be fantastic. Otherwise, until next time, my name's been Lily, and this has been my niche. Bye!